FastTrack Exchange. Insider intel reveals how Dinar and Dong holders are quietly moving ahead. Welcome back to the Dinar Community Channel, your trusted hub for truth, in-depth analysis, and inside updates on global currency moves. Today we're diving into a major exclusive that could reshape your redemption journey entirely. Picture this: walking into a bank and bypassing long queues, avoiding drawn-out paperwork delays, and heading straight into a special priority lane designed specifically for Iraqi Dinar (IQD) and Vietnamese Dong (VND) holders. Sounds far-fetched? Not anymore. An insider list of FastTrack Exchange locations has surfaced, and we're breaking it down for you first. Stay with us until the end, because we'll reveal where these FastTrack centers are operating and explain why some investors are being processed quietly, long before the public redemption window opens. And remember, this is not financial advice. It's informational only. But if you've been waiting for years, today's report may just be the motivation you need to get ready. The investor journey. Years of waiting, rumors, and false starts. For over a decade, IQD and VND holders have endured a roller coaster ride, nights spent glued to forums, intel calls promising, tomorrow is the day, and endless rumors about hidden government announcements. Each wave of excitement was often followed by weeks of silence, leaving many hardened to the cycle of hope and disappointment. But what if delays were never just about timing? What if your position and preparation mattered just as much as when the revaluation occurs? That perspective is gaining traction among insiders, who say the winners aren't simply those holding notes, they're those who knew where to go and how to prepare when the doors finally opened. Inside the FastTrack system. Behind public chatter, insider reports point to a structured, selective redemption lane that runs parallel to the standard process. It's often referred to as the FastTrack system. Here's what makes it different. Pre-screening and background checks. Participants are reportedly vetted ahead of time, so when they arrive, security and compliance checks are already cleared. Ready to sign NDAs. Non-disclosure agreements are prepared in advance, avoiding lengthy reviews at the counter. Specialized banking staff. Dedicated tellers and managers, trained specifically for IQD and VND redemptions, handle these transactions with speed and accuracy. Rumors consistently suggest that Tier 4B investors benefit most, particularly at institutions like Wells Fargo, Chase, HSBC, and Bank of America. However, not every branch participates, meaning outcomes can differ dramatically depending on where you go. One investor may walk out wealthy in hours, while another waits weeks in confusion, all because they lack the insider knowledge of which branches are actually processing. Why FastTrack exists. To understand why this system was created, you need to look at the tiered rollout investors have discussed for years. Tier 1. Global elites and major institutions with direct access. Tier 2. Governments and sovereign entities redeeming for national projects. Tier 3. Humanitarian organizations, trusts, and large pre-negotiated groups. Tier 4. Private investors, split into 4A early groups and 4B everyday holders. The challenge: processing millions of 4B investors at once would cause chaos at banks and potentially destabilize markets. The FastTrack lane is designed as a release valve, quietly moving pre-screened participants in a controlled way, preventing panic, speculation, and liquidity shocks. As one financial strategist explained, FastTrack isn't favoritism, it's about maintaining system integrity. If everyone showed up on the same day demanding liquidity, the economy would collapse. Preparation versus missed opportunity. Now here's the critical difference. Success in this process isn't luck, it's preparation. Imagine showing up at a bank only to be told, appointments are full. Come back next week. Meanwhile, across town, another investor, who knew the right branch, had documents ready, and secured a FastTrack appointment, walks out the same day with wealth secured. That's the gap between waiting in frustration and stepping into financial freedom. Preparation blueprint. 1. Check your IDs, passport, driver's license, residency proofs, make sure everything is current and valid. 2. Research locations. Only specific branches participate, don't assume every Wells Fargo or HSBC is included. 3. Call smartly. Never use terms like RV or revaluation. Ask about foreign currency exchange instead. 4. Be NDA ready. Expect to sign one, it's standard. 5. Know your numbers. Understand contract whispers and realistic market ranges. 6. Arrive early. Like airport boarding, the first cleared, the first processed. Potential redemption rates. Though no rate is guaranteed, whispers in investor circles have long suggested. IQD, $3.91 minus $6.73 per unit. VND, $2.30 minus $4.89 per unit. To put it in perspective, a single 25,000 Iraqi dinars note at $3.91 would be worth nearly $98,000. At $6.73, the same note could exceed $168,000. Insiders believe FastTrack participants are more likely to access higher rates than those stuck in general lines. Beyond IQD, a global shift. While most eyes are on Iraq, Vietnam's growing role in global supply chains makes the Dong another major player. Some analysts also point to Zimbabwe's ZIM notes as a possible next stage, though details remain murky. Either way, U.S. banks sit at the center of what many call the largest wealth transfer in modern history. Managing this transition without panic is why the FastTrack system exists. Final word. The choice is yours. For years, you've waded through delays, rumors, and doubts. Now the finish line is in sight. When FastTrack doors open, the only question will be, are you inside moving forward, or left outside waiting? History favors the prepared. Don't let hesitation cost you what years of patience have positioned you to achieve. Stay tuned with us here at Dinar Community for clear updates, insider details, and strategies to keep you one step ahead. The time to prepare is now. Disclaimer. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial, investment, or legal advice. Currency revaluations, exchange rates, and fast-track redemption processes remain speculative. Figures mentioned are based on unverified reports and should not be taken as confirmed by any government or financial institution. Investors should conduct due diligence and consult qualified professionals before making any decisions. Neither the authors nor publishers assume responsibility for outcomes based on this material.